Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And this one caught by Dez Bryant. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down. He has now hit number 500. Charles, that is his 500th NFL career catch.
Definitely worthy of applause, but I remember when 500 meant you were going to the Hall of Fame. Nowadays, in today's football, 500 puts you on the path, a significant number.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. This is Mixon on the draw. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just...
This is intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. Well, when I saw the pressure coming at him, that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Here's Madison running on 1st down. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. DJ Reader there on the tackle. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Watch the safety creep.
On 2nd down, this is Madison. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. From the gun on 3rd down, Daniels. This will be caught at about the 5. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog.
They're going for it. Here's Madison. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Alexander Madison. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive.
Keep playing hard.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen.
Now Joe Mixon. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. Mixon hit, and all the ball is out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked off at the 28, and he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. So that's now 3 first-half interceptions, and that last one even costlier as it's returned for 6 points. So as a quarterback, how do you regain your focus?
Well, QB 101 says you never show them that you're sweating. Still act like you're the guy, that you've thrown 6 touchdown passes, not 3 interceptions. But he's human. He's got to face up to his teammates. He's got to own up to that. See if he can brace up and also not look over his shoulder and see his backup starting to warm up. It's going to be a tough one for him.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. Thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
2nd and 6. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. He's picked off at his own 46. And he will be brought down, but he's got the interception on the final play of this first quarter. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. On 1st down, Daniels. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Heck of a move, and then brought down near the 23. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Here's Madison. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
They'll try to get it on the ground with Madison. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Alexander Madison with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Point after, right down the middle. And a rout is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
At their own 19-yard line.
On the ready.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
Check. Ready.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And nearly intercepted. That would have been a hat trick, his 3rd pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know, but all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one. Much more like...
And now here is another interception. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing it.
Going on the ground with Madison. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
To throw on 3rd down, Daniels. Incomplete. He had his hands on it, but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
They're going to try and throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Carl Lawson, and the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position.
Come on, set. AT Gator. It's our time. It's our time, guys. It's our time. Begin.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that'll be incomplete as it's knocked away. But a penalty flag is down. So who's this going to be on? Trying to stick with Dez. There got too physical. Pass interference.
I like your note there. So physical. Hard for any defender to cover Dez Bryant without drawing a pass interference call.
Suddenly it's first and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Mixon trying to punch it in. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon, his first touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half.
I'm not sure that they have illusions right now of, okay, we're going to score 8 times in a row and we're going to be terrific. But to get one, that was huge for them. That has to feel much better right now.
And you do have, we're still in the first half. You do have the entire second half. There's something about that goose egg that just looked bad on that board, but now they've broken it.
Yeah, broken through. Can they maintain the pace? We'll see as we go along.
Back to throw here. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say, maybe makes that offense feel good when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe he'll play a little bit better.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Vikings on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Operating from the gun, Daniels. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as score. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Back to throw. Daniels. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion.
You got 4.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Daniels. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
He's crashing. He's checking crash. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
They'll try and throw for it here. He's going to loft one deep left side, and that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get
pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. The defensive end, Danielle Hunter, drops him.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
This pass complete to Higgins. 33 yards that time.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. And now here's another interception. Picked off at the 47. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. He'll get 15 and a Vikings 1st down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, Daniels. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Looking to throw. Daniels. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. So on 4th down, they're going to go again. Keep in mind, they're 3 of 4 so far in these situations.
4 down. Check. Watch the edge. Switch.
On 4th down, Daniels eluding the pressure right. He's going to go up top for the end zone. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it, and the Bengals will get the football back. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
Jim.
They'll throw now on the final play. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. This is taken at his 4. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the first half, I think they were very calm, congratulatory, but also what they were saying is don't expect them to be the same on defense. They'll be the ones making the adjustments. Let's see what they do, and we'll attack accordingly.
And we'll see how they attack here. 12 yards there, first down Vikings. They'll run with Madison. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 46-yard line.
Check. Fresno.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And a quick throw here. That's complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. On 3rd and 2, Daniels throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
He's coming.
And the Vikings first down.
Kill.
Running from the shotgun with Madison. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Daniels throwing right, and that's complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
You can't block me. You go tight. You got tight right there. Check 52.
Operating from the gun. Daniels. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. That, I believe, will put him over 100 yards receiving for the game. Yes, it will. And he's got a first down to boot. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Back to throw. Daniels. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd.
We got 4.
From the gun, Daniels. Looking middle, and that's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9.
8 yards.
Inside give to Ham, the fullback. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. C.J. Ham, his 3rd touchdown now on the year as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point right down the middle, and that will extend this big lead.
42, Bengals 6.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Bengals 6.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
Back. Ready.
Now they run with Mixon. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. He's got the first down and more past midfield. He gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. Give him 17 at a Cincinnati first down. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
They're going to look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 22. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he'd won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001 to throw 7 picks. On 3rd down, they run with Madison. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
They'll run it with Madison. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Another carry now for Madison, and he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3.
They'll run with a fullback hand. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Subsequent gains of 3, 4, and now 5 yards. Good enough for the first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Going to run with Madison again.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
The open man is Smith. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the 4th quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like 4th quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Mixon, and an alley to run. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Ready, ready. 58, come on. Get it.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Des Bryant, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Mike Hughes.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. They'll start on the ground with Madison. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
Come on, set. Time to end it. Double time, double time. Three down.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And this one complete to Smith. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. On the handoff, it's Madison. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Vikings, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, the downward spiral continues as they drop to 0-6 now. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.